Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, sun's going down. Wasn't planning on starting a vlog right now, but we had cows. We just finished getting them in. They completely destroyed the feed rail. So let's see what we can get into. They must have been fighting or something, because they took out 2 complete sections of feed rail, busted the boards into a bunch of pieces. So I'm assuming one pushed one into it, must have got stuck, and then shit show started. But I'm gonna grab the bucket so we can throw some tools in there and grab a few rails, go into the shop, put my carts on, all our warm tires in the heated shop, and bundle up. And we noticed after the feed rails broke, the water looked like it was froze, the water level was low, so we're gonna have to check into that. So everything was fine this morning, everything's falling apart tonight. Well, we got our tools in the bucket. Gonna go grab, I hope we have 2 extra 2x8x16s up here. Grab them and go down there, try and patch it up the best we can. You get your heart racing when you got cattle out. You get a phone call and all there says cows are out. Say calves? Nope, cows. Well, luckily it was only two cows, so it wasn't that big a deal getting them back in. But that's being on the state highway, one of my biggest worries. Being on a state highway is nice because you don't have weight restrictions at all year round. Easy accessibility. Roads are always typically pretty clean, but it's always a scary thought of getting cattle out on a highway. So things can go south really fast. So that's one of my biggest fears around here. But it is what it is. Got our boards, and that is the aftermath. Jeez, they made a mess out of that. Yeah, I know all you guys are gonna say I need a steel feed rail. It's coming. I just can't afford to do everything at once. Okay, which one of you guys did it? Huh? Might have steak and potatoes for dinner if you guys keep it up. Sunset is beautiful though, look at that. At least we're not working in an office, although it is kind of cold. But let's get fixing. I got all the old nail and leg bolts cut out of here. Always be careful when dealing with nails, bolts, especially in a feed trough. Always pick them up. Make sure you get them all. Don't want animals swallowing metal. Amanda's over here messing with the water. Frozen float or what?
Yeah. We need to get a zip tie. The wire's not zip tied tight.
See, that heater element ain't tight enough to that valve. It's already starting to flow, and she's only been over here for 5 minutes, so that should break loose pretty soon. Zip tie that cable closer, should be good to go. Sometimes them zip ties break, so you always should keep an eye on that. Just like that, disaster averted. That is exactly why you have spare stuff on the farm. Otherwise, we'd had to put gates over that, and by the time we got boards for the morning, you had to put chores all behind this way. All I gotta do is move that gate and we're ready to feed cattle in the morning. So it's really hard to stock parts on everything, and you can't with everything, but the main stuff like the water heater parts, extra boards like this, disc bind baler parts, the stuff that goes wrong a lot, carry extra parts because it always goes down at inconvenient time and it shuts the whole operation down. Well, second failed attempt on replacing that spear. That thing is rusted in there. I had the 5-pound maul and I was whapping it pretty good. Didn't move. So I'm trying this new busting it out penetrating oil. Works really good. Sprayed it all down, and we'll let her sit for, I don't know, maybe try it again tomorrow morning, or wait a day, try it again. But we gotta go feed cows hay. The lighting out here is bad, so I'll catch back up with you guys once we get back to the shop. Well, we fed the cows, got everything. That was fun. Like I said, wasn't gonna start a vlog tonight. Figured I'd take you guys along, see what happens. So I don't know what I'll show you guys tomorrow, but I'm sure we'll get into something. I always do. Catch you guys in the morning. Well, Thursday morning, we got a cab full. We're back. Chore time. Boss is calling for propane. Both tanks are out, shop and house. I mean, not completely out, but so man, just keep spending that money. What?
We have a big icicle. Right?
Oh, you want to show them the icicle on the grandma?
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera's gonna show it up. To the right of that vent, there's a big icicle. Cold, but beautiful day. Friday, February 21st, 18 bales, heading south. Got the spear in the shop. We have tried. We're gonna have to add some heat. Hang on, Courtney. Add some heat. I will. I'm gonna show them this. To add some heat to this and try and get it to bust loose. What do you want to show the subscribers? You got moon sand in here?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You like hanging out in the shop?
Yeah.
So we're gonna run that down to Boost Drums, that load of hay. Come back and either screw around with this afternoon or tomorrow morning. I do have a meeting with the co-op in town this afternoon whenever I get back, so I got to do that too. But this spear has got to get done because I'm sick of moving one bale at a time. What do you think? You guys sure destroyed this shop. It's a disaster in here. Okay. Nothing a little heat wouldn't take care of. It actually didn't take much at all and she popped right out. Well, got that on. Ready to carry 2 at a time again. That other one is not far behind. Usually I replace these in pairs, but the dealer only had one. So we'll be snapping one in a little bit and calling the dealer for another one. So typical wear item. These things can only fatigue so much, and when you're carrying 2 at a time, it's not just downward force. The bales are turning against themselves and spreading them out too. So, and when I broke it, I was pushing myself out of the snowbank, so I wasn't even picking up hay. So they always get used for purposes they're not meant to be. We, when we're out loading hay in the fields, we'll use them to pry rock out too. So it's just all part of it. So in the beginning of this video, we had them cows bust through that feed rail, and I used my last 2 spare boards, and I was saying how I like to keep spares around the farm. Well, on the way back from dropping that hay off down in Isani, I grabbed 3 more 2x8x16s. So hopefully we don't have to use them anytime soon. But if they bust out again, we got spare boards. We got a bunch of scrap boards too, so didn't really need these, but it's better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them, right?
You won't find better chore help than a little farm girl. What are you doing, Court? You're feeding them? Did Daddy not do a good enough job? No? So you gotta do it again? Yeah. It's hard to find good help around here, ain't it? Yeah.
Saturday, February 22nd. I believe this is going to be the last day of winter hay hauling out of the field. It's getting to the temperature difference that the net wrap's starting to freeze and break, and we're going to lose our snow really fast. So we'll start marking up fields. I'd have to do the math. After we finish this field today, I think we will have under 250 for sure, but probably under 200 bales left out in the field. And we'll just have to get them when we can get them. But I'm gonna go take this load. There is a partial load left. Amanda's gonna bring them up to the gate. We're loading on the road just to not have to deal with the headache of the truck spinning out. There's just enough snow, and it's just slippery enough that instead of pushing on stuff or pulling stuff around, would just carry 2 at a time out to their driveway. All these our fields are nice close to the road, so it's not like it's that much time. She has been having the bales up here by the time I get back anyway, so I'm not waiting. So I'm gonna get trucking. We're only about 2 miles from the farm. This is that field that for the last couple of years we've been really piling cow manure on after first cut. So this is second cutting out here. Well, just unloaded the second to last load. I think I'm back in the trailer up here, so I'm a little distracted, but I think that's the last load going down here. You guys can't see very good, but I think we're gonna have to stack the other ones up by the calves. It's just gonna be a partial load and then feed them first. I'm just out of room down here, and I don't want to plow anymore to stack any, so we'll put them up by the calf barn and feed them first. Well, it's Saturday evening. Decided that the trailer was dry enough, preloaded the load for tomorrow morning right away to go to the sale barn. So that's ready to go. I put them second cut bales that I took off, I put them up by the calf shed. Them will be the first ones we feed. And we kind of just spent a few hours on the snowmobile side by side and Courtney's little four-wheeler. So we had a good afternoon, but sun's going down. This tractor's outside, shouldn't be, but it should be warm enough that shouldn't have any problems. Barn doors open tomorrow. We got to put them 445 tires, 22.5s back on the wagon because our bulk bin with the rye that we're feeding the calves is empty again. So we got to use that. We got to auger into the wagon from the big bin and then auger it out of the wagon into the bulk bin. A lot of screwing around, but it is what it is. And then probably set the auger up to start moving corn this week, and maybe hook the manure spreader up to the 10 in hopes that it gets warm enough to thaw out the cow yard and chisel some of that ice and crap into the spreader, spread it out in the fields, and get that cleaned up. We got one load left in the cow shed that's leaving on Tuesday, and then that shed is empty. So then we'll bed that, set up our calving pens, get ready for calving. I think we're a good 2 weeks out yet, but we'll be ready. So I'll leave you guys here. Beautiful sunset, awesome day on the farm. See you guys in the morning. Welcome back. Sunday morning, February something, about 8:45 in the morning. Just going out to start the truck. We're gonna head out to the sale barn to bring that load of hay that we loaded last night. And it's Sunday sale day. Farm store's open 11 to 2 p.m. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're running a special today. Any hay customer gets a free package of ground beef. Hopefully that gets people out here getting buying hay, trying our beef, getting more customers. So hopefully we don't give too many away. Well, that was a disappointment. Cows are gonna be mad, but we're gonna do chores when we get back. got some diesel on you guys. Fuel in. Got back from the barn. There's a ton of hay there as normal. Throwing fuel in the skid loader. I got to start sorting some bales. Got to get to chores, and it's gonna be 11 here before we know it. So got to get going. Load loaded. 2 loads loaded before that this morning. I got 2 more customers back here. Been plenty busy. Haven't had time to take you guys with, but I'm gonna load these bales, get them their ground beef. Well, it's gotta be, I don't know, all of 115, 120. I gotta finish chores yet. It's been a busy sale day, and it's not over with yet. So that burger deal went over big, and I think it's nice getting people out, getting the hay they need for the rest of the year. Another thing is yeah, you think springtime's here, but the old saying used to be Groundhog's Day. You want at least half your feed left after Groundhog's Day, so you get to new crop hay, new crop feed. And we still got a few months left before the pastures will be green and the hay is ready. So there's still people realizing that they still need to be buying hay. The beef sales picked up. There was quite a few people that came just for beef. I was very, very happy so far today. All around, just a good old day. But I was busy. I got to finish up chores and continue. Amanda's up in the shop because we can't leave in case somebody comes. So somebody's always got to stay up there. So I've been loading trucks all morning. One day above freezing, and the sun is so strong, it's turning everything into a sloppy mess. I think this is fall spring number 2 for the year already in Minnesota. So we got the truck coming. That cow right there is going to the market. I'll show later on in the video of why we're not using her as a burger cow. But let's get her sorted off. Stop her. Up. So, a couple of reasons why this cow ain't getting ran through the locker. One is we're 90%, 95, 98% sure she's the one that prolapsed. You can never be 100% without sleeving them. So she could be 8 months bred. So that's one of the reasons. We'll send her through the barn and they'll sleeve her. Either sell her as a kill cow or a bred cow. If she's bred, yeah, you say maybe you should do a sleever. Keep the cow, and then instead of risking selling a bred cow. She has a couple strikes on the board already. As you can see, when we were sorting her, she has a mentality. She's not out to kill you. But if you're in her way and where she's going, she'll run your ass right over. She is not the most pleasant to work. And she is the one that had the special needs calf last year. So, yeah, it sucks to get rid of cows if they're bred. But we're willing to risk it on this one. And also, selling for ground beef. Which you wouldn't want to keep any cuts out of this one just because of her age. But selling for ground beef, that does work. The only problem with it is your yield on these cows are so bad. Even if she live weight, these are just guessing numbers, you could look it up, but even if she was live weight 15, 16, 1700 pounds, she's going to hang at 900 to 1,000 possibly. But the yield on these burger cows, they got so much fat on them. We did one just like, actually it was probably a little bit heavier than her. And it did 550 pounds of burger, which you can sell at $6. That's $3,000. But the problem is then you got the $1.30 a pound to process. So By the time you figure out the math, it's not worth selling these cull cows as burger when the market's this high, because even if she goes to kill, I'm expecting $1.20 a pound. So we'll be and she might surprise me, might go a little bit higher than that. And with cow market is the way it is, you're way better off selling them and then selling your fats on the hook, because when you take steaks and all that out of them, your yield is so much better. And on the other hand, not saying that this is bad ground beef, but it isn't your prime ground beef, and you sell a couple bad batches of beef and that goes towards your name. Everybody is quick to spread the bad word. It's spreading the good, getting the good word spread is the hardest thing. So you can make a couple mistakes and the word gets out there. So you just try to do the best you can, good or bad. Like I said, we've done it both ways, but with this one, with the fats we have behind her, I think we're making the right decision. Send her to the market instead of kill. Watch, she might still go to kill, but instead of running her through the freezer. So we'll see. And I'll keep you guys posted to see if she was bred. Like I said, I would even say Amanda's 99% sure. You can just never be 100. I never really paid attention. I fed hay. I found the aborted calf, and she walked through the herd and said it was her. So I'm gonna trust my wife on this one. And like I said, even if she ended up being bred, it's not one of them cows that you're gonna miss. I mean, you'll miss that calf, that paycheck, but you'll have some of them. We're going chopping. You ready to chop?
No.
No? No, we're moving the windbreak out before the field unthaws. Well, got them chopper boxes moved over. Noticed the tire going flat. Man, I guess E.A.B Farms on YouTube and Facebook should just stick to doing vlogs. Try to do a fun grocery video, a couple informational videos, and they kind of a flop. Time-lapse Tuesday, we haven't talked about that. That hasn't been doing well. But just the normal day-to-day vlogs are doing really good. So maybe we're just going to stick to vlogs, I guess. But after, we got a couple more time-lapse Tuesdays, but once we start calving, 30 days of calving, we're going to do 30 days of calving again. And once that starts, time-lapse Tuesdays will be no longer, and we'll probably not be doing our shorts. We've been doing the remix shorts on Thursdays, and none of that's really been taken off. So I think we're just going to stick to day-to-day vlogs on a first-generation farm, and continue on keeping on. So on the lookout. 30 days of calving is going to come soon. By the time you guys see this, we might have calves on the ground. I think we're 2 weeks ahead, and I believe our cows, our spring herd, is bred for the 15th this year. We moved it up a couple more days, so we're going to keep things interesting. This weather is beautiful right now, and it's going to be like that all week. We're going to get rid of all our snow, and then they're talking zeros again for lows the following week after this coming week. So it'll get cold again, ground will freeze again. Like I said, I don't believe that this is true spring. It's just false spring number 2. Well, as you can see behind me, sun is down, and battery's almost dead on the camera. Oh, you guys are feisty. These bulls are crabby because the bulls are officially pulled. It is a little bit later than we wanted to. We had the farm show. We didn't get them pulled before then. So now, if any animals got bred, the last possible breeding date would be December 2nd, I believe. So hopefully everybody got bred. If we have 1 or 2 in December, it's not the end of the world. Wanted to pull them 15, 20 days ago, but it is what it is. Camera's almost dead. We're gonna leave you guys here. Please definitely help the channel. Hit that subscribe button, support the channel, and I guess we'll just leave it at that. 30 days of calving coming at you pretty soon. They are not happy they don't have their ladies. Have a good week, everybody.